It's not each individual scandal, it's the sum of all the parts of the last 4 years for him. What you had was this prime minister who he was a self-proclaimed feminist. He was woke. He's handing out jackets to Syrian refugees who are arriving in the dead of winter. He would mend, the incredibly fractious relationship that Canada has with its Indigenous peoples. He would make a show of the importance of diversity and inclusion in politics by making not just a gender balance, but an ethnically diverse cabinet.
A cabinet that looks like Canada.
He captured this kind of very, very new and exciting celebrity in Canadian politics. But, there's that old adage, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And he became increasingly over his tenure as Prime Minister embroiled in a number of scandals.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is dealing with a growing scandal tonight. It involves what he allegedly told a top official to do about a major company involved in a corruption investigation.
Trudeau had been improperly pressuring his attorney general to cut a, sweetheart deal for, a large construction company that was accused of bribery and corruption in Libya in 2011.
I and my staff always acted appropriately. I completely disagree with the characterization of the former Attorney General.
Pipeline protesters came to confront Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his cabinet, angry over the Liberal government's decision to buy the Trans Mountain Pipeline.
He said that Canada would be, an ally in the fight against the climate crisis. You call yourself a climate leader and you buy a pipeline.
There is a major new development this hour. Another image of Trudeau wearing what appears to be blackface. His arms and legs are darkened too.
It's pretty optically damaging when the Prime Minister admits that he also can't recall how many times he's done it in his past.
This is something that I deeply, deeply regret.
If you're a Liberal voter, you're probably not going to go Conservative because of this. It's not each individual scandal, it's the sum of all the parts of the last 4 years for him. If you're a young voter who sees a Prime Minister buy a pipeline, dress up in blackface, fire two key, women in the party, chances are you're probably not going to be that motivated to come out and vote for him. We've got Andrew Scheer in the Conservative Party.
So we can put more money back in your pocket so you can get ahead.
We've got Jagmeet Singh of the New Democratic Party.
Canadians are feeling the impacts of the climate crisis, and we have to fight it.
I think he's got a lot to answer for. He mocked people.
He can't even remember how many times he put blackface on. He's always wearing a mask. You are a phony and you are a fraud.
Even if the Conservatives, win a majority or a minority government, this is not a conservative movement of kind of far-right populist politics. But if you care about the environment and the Conservatives win, you'll be frustrated.
Do your part instead of leaving that responsibility to us.
Trudeau has said, we're going to keep fighting, climate change.
And climate change is the challenge of our generation, and the time to act is now.
But the Trudeau government's not on pace to meet their Paris targets. The left, the Green Party, the New Democratic Party can really say, your house is on fire and you're now throwing gasoline on it. This is not how a climate leader acts, by buying a pipeline. Justin Trudeau, by and large, will probably be the Prime Minister on Tuesday. What we're going to see is Trudeau, who had a pretty clear majority in 2015, give up a lot of that majority and probably have a minority government. But I don't think you're going to see a fundamental reshaping of Canada no matter who wins the election. It's not going to be, a far-right populist government seizing power in Canada. It's not going to be, a radical leftist, environmentally conscious government. The ship might turn 10 degrees to the right or the left, but we're not going to see that fundamental reshaping of Canadian politics that we might see in other countries in an election like this.